Hello and good evening everyone. Today's webinar topic is securing asset in interconnected world, precautions for cyber criminals and cyber frauds. So for this we have with us Sunil Bakshi sir. Sunil sir is a renowned cyber security and IT governance expert with over 25 years of experience at State Bank of India and consulting roles at Deloitte and Wipro, a former CISO of NSC and visiting faculty at NIBM. Sunil sir has trained over 500 professionals in certifications like CISA, CISM, and CISSP, and ISACA Hall of Fame inductee 2025, and Eugenie Frank Founders Award winner. Sir has authored 50 plus articles and contributed to ICAI and ISACA publications. Sir continues to consult and speak globally on cybersecurity, risk management, and information system audit. Now, a short glimpse about NISM. NISM is a public trust established in 2006 by the SEBI, the regulator of the securities markets in India. The institute carries out a wide range of capacity building activities at various levels aimed at enhancing the quality standards in securities market. Now, before beginning the session, I would like to request all the participants to note some important points. First, that question will be taken at the end during the Q&A segment. Second, all participants will receive participation certificate within 3 to 4 working days. Third, the recording will be available at NISM's YouTube channel. Now I request Sunil sir to begin with the session.
Okay. Can you hear me all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I was intermittently hearing your voice. I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
hear completely what you're saying.
No, 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 sir. You are properly audible, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, good evening and welcome to the session. It is good to meet all of you online. Do who could would have preferred to meet offline because then that becomes more easier. But then we know we all are busy and we have to be adjust with logistics. So let us go ahead with this. When we're talking about securing assets in interconnected world, basically what we are looking is that we are on the internet and all these internet things when we access, we need to follow some rule. And rule number one, which I always say is told by Rudyard Kipling more than 100 years back. It was his poem which I read it and first four lines attracted me. And those four lines, which I always share with all my participants, if you can read this, you will find out what rule I'm trying to referring to. The rule number one, and the only rule I'm going to talk today is don't hesitate to ask questions. You have to ask questions not only to the during communication, but after communication, and even when you are alone. What happens is that in the internet collection world, we are on social media, we are on WhatsApp, and we keep on receiving messages. And all those messages, I don't know how many of them true or how many of them false. So what is required is that we need to be alert and ask questions to find out whether those information shared is actually valid or not. What is the reason for that? Because IT has got a lot of benefit. Why only IT? Any technology which is developed and used has got a lot of benefits. But along with the benefits, also there are certain issues or certain risk, what we call it is. So IT has enabled us to make our life easier, process our information faster, provide all the information available through an internet. So it is on the click of a mouse, you get a lot of information which is required or not. That is a different story. If you try Google search, what you get is a lot of junk. You have to actually sort out what exactly you want. Right. So these are the issues. But apart from that, Any tool, any technology, as it gives you benefits, there is also other side of it. It can be destructive. It's like knife in surgeon's hand and knife in a thief's hand. Same technology, but usage are different, impact is different, effect is different. So same thing happens with the internet. Along with the internet came the cyber criminals, and then it started the whole haywire or market here. So we are just going to discuss what are the things which we are going to talk. Remember, on internet there are only two types of organization: organization that have suffered or that have been attacked by the attackers, and the other type of organizations that they don't know they have been attacked. It is good. People are, see, cyber criminals are attacking every organization, and particularly financial organizations, because that's where the money is. But at the same time, if you can detect him, you can protect yourself. If you don't know that thief have come into your house and stolen something, no, that is a risky proposition. And that is the reason we want to be in the first type of organization, not the second type of organization. Please note, there is no third organization. No organization has ever attacked. No, every organization gets attacked every day. You will wonder how many attacks banks are receiving per day. Yeah, they have got a defense mechanism, so they are protecting themselves. And that is the reason they are not in news, right? But who are in news, right? When you are on the internet, you are not secure. Somebody is always watching you. So whatever you do, it is followed by somebody who is watching you. If you go for a walk, your phone will prompt you, okay, you are near so and so restaurant, nice for a thing to have food. How does you know? That's where we're coming, that internet, whether it is secure, it is useful, but it is not secure because you are being watched. No, it is our responsibility to secure ourselves, right? Few things to be remembered, as I said earlier, tools of information can be turned into tools of destruction. Attacker use the same technology which we are using to launch an attack. So it is not something different they are using. They are using the same technology, right? Second thing, secrets are habit of leaking. Doesn't mean that secrets are being leaked automatically or on their own. It is we who are more curious about something which is secret. You get a letter which is written confidential all over it, and everybody near you want to know what is confidential in that. That is the natural human nature. That's why secrets, if you want to make it a secret, keep it in open. Most probably nobody will look at it. But moment you try to protect it, everybody want to peep in. Social media, chatting online is no longer fine, because majority attacks or majority cyber attacks have initiated using the information shared on social media. So we have to be very careful about using social media. And whatever free, nothing is free, right? And those freebies or the free apps, you have to be very careful using free apps, particularly on your mobile phone or on your laptop and desktop, right? So there is nothing free. You have to verify before ensuring that whatever free you are downloading is actually free and it is safe, right? So even internet, it is not safe. It is actually become burden. Why? Because there are groups or organized people or hackers who attack, who are always there to collect the information and attack you. And what they do, they collect information from you and sell it on a dark net. Like we use internet, the same internet these people use call as dark net. There is no URL of dark net. You go by the IP addresses of the contacts. And then they publish, okay, I have got 10,000 credit card numbers. Anybody interested? Pay me $100 and collect it. Right? Or ransomware attack. They launch a ransomware attack, take money from you. They share the information among themselves also. Particularly fraudster, the biggest information is Bank of Muscat heist, which happened some few years back. It was a group of 2,000 hackers. They attacked Bank of Muscat and stolen about $45 million, and that too in 10 hours. So it has become no organized crime. It is not an individual crime anymore, right? If you are reading newspaper or going through the local news, you will always find there are at least one news every day that somebody has been defrauded, right? There are multiple ways. We'll see how what are those ways people are doing. But why are so many frauds happening? Why individual people are getting attacked? Because first is motivation, money. Willie Sutton, if you remember, know Willie Sutton is an infamous bank robber. And he used to rob the banks about 100 years back. He was called as the most sophisticated and perfect gentleman robber. If you want to rob the bank, he will go to the bank because that I'm talking about 100-year-old story. That time, no internet, nothing was there. So physically, he will drop into the bank and politely request everybody to step into another room. He is going to lock them and sorry for the inconvenience because I want to rob the bank. So one of the victims once said that he was the most perfect gentleman that morning in the bank except the gun in his hand. Interestingly, he was kept arrested 5 times. He was put in the jail, and he ran away from the jail 5 times. So U.S. government says Willie Sutton has made our penitentiary more stronger. And that Willie Sutton, when he was released on parole, J.P. Morgan Chase hired him as a security expert or consultant. And one of the interviews, he was asked, "Oh, hey, Willie, why did you rob the bank?" And he said, "That's where the money is." And this statement becomes so famous that cost accountants formed the Sutton rule using this statement. All these fraudsters, even why Willie Sutton was a robber, but Frank Abagnale or even Nick Leeson or Jeremy Cargill, these are the fraudsters who are now highest paid consultant, right? Now, why frauds happen? Because banks, if you see, have you read any news in last few months that any bank has been attacked? There is no news because banks are becoming more and more secure. Then what happens? The attacker is looking for the victims. Who are the best victim? Human being. We are the weakest link in security. Why? Because we get manipulated very easily, either with fear or with greed or with ignorance. Right? Uh, I was doing some analysis and I was trying to find out what type of victims are there. And in the analysis, I found out that majority fraud victims today are either senior persons who are very scared to use technology or IT persons who are regularly using IT. That is the funniest part. Okay, I can understand people are ignorant, so they don't know what is happening and they get defrauded. But IT people get defrauded. And majority IT people, if you go through the news, it is because of the grade, nothing else. Okay. And that grade is coming from the messages they are sending. From where they are sending? Social engineering. So these are the types of or techniques these people use. Social engineering is basically manipulating an individual to make him reveal the confidential information. So your password, your user ID, your IP addresses, your locations, your personal information, all these things they wanted, and they try to social engineer you by various ways, right? Or insider breach. If you are an office, you are working in an office, some colleague of yours may share that information. If you are using applications which are downloaded freely, you don't know whether they are really secure or not. Because those applications on the front, it may give you some good information. In the back end, it is sharing your information. The best is a true caller. Many people use Truecaller. Truecaller gives you information about a caller. Similarly, he gives your information to someone else. So any application we are using, we have to be careful. It is coming from authenticated source and not from any fake address. So, for example, if you see initially when banks launched the mobile banking some 15, 20 years back, some of the banks' duplicate app was available on Google Play. So somebody realized that this is a duplicate app, and now banks are monitoring even Google Play. The securing a secure application or authentic application is what is required for us. Hackers always use various techniques. They even send you a small malware which may come into your network, which you are not aware of. It is sitting in your machine and sharing information without your knowledge. It doesn't affect any of the performance of your machine or if your device, but still at the back end, it is started sending my information. That is a malware specifically written to collect information. They also call it as a bot. So what these attackers do, they publish or distribute or broadcast the malware which goes on multiple thousands of machines. It gets compromised and then it starts sending information to the attacker. Now attacker can control that machine without the user's knowledge. And if somebody want to use it or send spam mails, he can use that particular compromised machine to send the messages. Right? And deepfake is becoming more and more prominent nowadays with the use of AI. People are creating a fake voice of yours. Even someone will call you in your own voice. Or your friend is calling you, it is his voice, you can recognize it, but he is not actually, your friend is not calling you. So they have started using latest technology, artificial intelligence for doing attacks. So what is required? How we can protect ourselves? So if you see the different types of fraud happening every day, the most popular today is a fake trading scam. You see some advertisement on a Facebook or a WhatsApp that this is a so and so organization who are giving you a return, very high return on so and your investment. We operate in security, etc., etc. People click on it, they subscribe to it. They initially give you some return for the small amounts, and then when you start investing more and more, they go away. You don't know what happened to that. And these news is a later last 1 year. I'm reading these news more than any other things. Now, outstanding bill SMS, it is still happening. You receive a message that your electricity bill or gas, I mean GL bill is pending, and we'll cut your services tonight. Please click the link below and pay the bill. That's it. The moment you click on the link, you are defrauded. Online task was basically it was for the IT people. If you're free and if you want to earn some more money, some spare money, just join us and we'll give you some task. And task is very simple. Go to YouTube and do like to some videos or go to website and give some feedback and they will start paying you. Initially they will pay you, then they will say we invested. So for you and you get more returns. And then slowly they start taking money from you instead of giving you. Parcel fraud and digital arrest has become nowadays a news. Actually, I always surprised why this digital arrest thing is becoming so important, because it is a common sense that police will never do a digital arrest. They have to come physically and arrest you. But this is actually a common sense which is becoming uncommon. Right? If somebody calls you and tells you that you are under digital arrest, just disconnect the phone. He cannot do digital arrest. If you want to do an arrest, he has to come to your place, show you a warrant, and take you in custody. So there is nothing like a digital arrest, but parcel fraud kind of thing. They call you and say your parcel has been captured and there are drugs in that, and a case has been filed against you. And the next extension of that is a digital arrest. So such phones just cut, disconnected, block them. LIC bonus scam is a bit old one. They used to call you and say that your LIC policy bonus has not been given to you by your agent. So contact us and we will pay you. Web option OLX and other quicker, they are already what happens is either you want to sell something, you post it on OLX, somebody calls you, offers you a good price, and then he sends you a QR code to scan it so that he can pay you the money. You don't have to scan any QR code for making payment, receiving payment. You have to scan the QR code for making payment, and that too, when you scan it, you first get the information about who is that person. But for receiving money, you don't have to scan anything, right? You just have to share your phone number, and that's all. Pending KYC is another thing that your KYC is pending. So click on the below link to complete your KYC process. Whenever you click on a link, something is downloaded and your phone or the machine is compromised. There are a lot of fake advertisement you will see on the Facebook and social media or even Instagram. And those I don't know if you are observing Facebook. I have seen many advertisement with a brand name of IKEA with their logo and etc. And they are saying that they are selling some chair for 1,000 rupees, which is actually costing 10,000 rupees. So people get tempted, they click on it, and then that's it. Your mobile or your device is captured. So social media uses carefully, right? Don't share anything on that. As far as LinkedIn is concerned, I was thinking it is more secure because it's professional network. But yes, there are also some hackers who are trying to reach out to you, right? Then any information you are sharing on social media, for example, many people, what happens, many organization today, they don't have their direct contact number. They give only a call center number. So you cannot send them mail or no what, or you have to chat on their website with a chatbot and give them information or raise your query. Generally, many people are more comfortable in communicating orally because some problems cannot be defined in a given framework. So, for example, when I was traveling, my flight was rescheduled and there was a very low layover time. So I was trying to reach the airline company, but they don't have any option in that. Because all these automated or IVRs, they have got only specific option. To reach out to a person takes long time. So what people do, they go on a Facebook or a social media like Instagram or the X, that is Twitter, and then post it their concern over there on their addressing to them. And somebody calls you back, okay, we understand your concern, we'll sort it out. Yes, it has worked nicely. But now what happens? That particular information is available to attackers, and they reach out to you and they tell you, okay, we can take care of it, and etc. etc. And they tell you to do something like download the application form and fill in that application, and we will do it. Now, that downloading application, if it is a mobile, it is a .apk file. APK is a extension for applications which you are downloading. So actually what you are downloading, not a form, but you are downloading an application which is compromising your mobile, right? So what we need to do is we have to be careful on social media, because a lot of information attackers collect it from social media and then target you. Once they know that you are possible victim, then reach out to you, right? So scamster and cyber criminals, they are use orchestrates the camp. They decide, they plan, they develop the modus operandi how to do it. Then they decide the deception methods. How, on what way, whether to go on Facebook or whether to call directly or whether send a mail. So they use various methods to reach out to the victim. And once the victim is captured, then they try to ask him to download a fake application or direct him to the fake website. Yeah, they do have their own website which is fake, looks like original one, but it is not original. Say if you are looking for ICICI Bank, then they will have this ICICI Bank, but somewhere I will be smaller or capital. And they will provide you a link to click on it. So you read URL, oh, looks like bank, and you click it. It is not that way. It is actually something is there added in that. So we have to be very careful. HDFC, HFDC appears to be similar, but it is not same, right? Then such fake platforms or the fake links or malicious links they send you, and naturally once you click on it, you're compromised, and then you start making money. You start sending money. They start asking for more and more, and after some time you realize you lost money. That is how it happens, right? So what is important to know? What we need to do? That is what where we are looking for, right? Always remember, if you are using phone or a device, any device, how it should be locked or secured. There should have been password for using it. Don't keep it open. Even a desktop or laptop. If you are leaving the place, if you are logged in, just lock it so that whenever you have to come back, you can log in again using password. So password protected screensaver is the best idea for any device we are using. If possible, try to use two factors, like your uh, PIN number as well as for fingerprints, if it is available on your device. So both the things, two factors of accessing the your system is safer. Make your password very strong. People have a very bad habit. Of course, there is a problem with the passwords, that there are so many applications and so many places you have to log in, that so how many passwords you are going to remember. So what we do, either we write it down somewhere which is easily accessible by others. I have seen people writing it in an Excel file or Word file and storing it on the same machine. If your machine is compromised, your passwords are compromised. Or you do the same password everywhere. Again, there is a challenge. If I make same password everywhere, everyone, for example, my two banks have got different mechanism and they force me to change password. One bank says 90 days, other bank says 180 days. So the cycle of password change, it becomes different, and then again I have to use different passwords. So we have to be very careful about the password. Always remember the password. It should be easier for you to remember, but not for others to guess it. Then don't click on the unknown link received through email or on WhatsApp. Many times what happens that people on WhatsApp group, they keep on sharing the information. Somebody sends you, I have applied for this change, go for change.org and join the stream so that people will take action. Nothing is going to happen. Even you go on a change.org and put an application requesting to make certain changes, nobody is going to listen to it. But then such kind of information, when you share, somebody uses it. So don't click on the link. If you receive a message that your MNGL bill is pending, please pay it right away. Don't click on the link in the message. Leave the message aside. Go to the use the application or the URL. Go to authentic site. Check that is authentic site, and then only do it. Same thing applies with the trading company also. If you're accessing the trading company or your broker, make sure you are accessing the right broker. Right? So check website is genuine before providing information. It is if it is the first time you don't know which what is the right website, right? So check it before doing it. Then don't download mobile apps using links shared by unknown person, particularly. Verify before taking action. Unless you know the person, ask that person why he is sending it to you, and then only use that link, right? Before engaging with an investment advisor, please check whether they are registered with SEBI. People who try to involve you investors in fake trade scam, they give you give offers that this is a link, you join us and we will give you so many returns, etc., etc. Verify whether that particular broker or advisor is already registered with SEBI. Yes, SEBI provides you a lot of information which is on the investor.sebi.gov.in, which is a URL. Again, it is HTTPS URL, that is secure URL. Again, many times people say that ensure that URL is using HTTPS. But let me tell you, the attackers or hackers also nowadays use HTTPS, fake URL. So you're not just checking whether it is secure or not is not sufficient. You have to actually verify that each and every word in the URL. For example, here I have written investor. So they will make just ENV or some transposition of characters which appears to be similar but is not same. Because we don't read character by character, we read as a word. So they try to use that information so and give you a fake website. Then use SEBI registered depository participant or broker. Again, how to find out on the investor.sebi.gov. So these are the basic safeguards we have to understand. So let us just quickly run through. If you go to the investor website, you will find a lot of links available there. On the left hand side, you'll find the menu. Through that menu, you can go through and find out who is the, what are the, whether they are particular depository participants or the broker is registered or not. If he is not registered, we don't want to join them, right? Always be careful before going there. Or if you are doubtful about a message, whether it is a scam or not, just go to the site. They are given guidance how to spot the scam. So this will help you, particularly guaranteed return, assured return, high degree of certain returns, high returns, quick daily returns. Nothing like that happens in a trading or investment. Investment is where you are sending money and someone has to use it to give you return. So it takes some time. It doesn't happen at a quick notice, right? Some people do an intraday trading and earn money, but it is not always earning money. Many times they lose the money also. I don't know if you have seen, how many of you are aware actually there during 1992, which was the biggest scam, which actually made a lot of reforms in the security market. Although SEBI was formed before that, that is 1988, till 1992, SEBI was just watching. They didn't have the statutory authority which was given to them after this scam, right? So there is a web series called Scam 92 on the same scam, which actually gives you a lot of insight how people defraud. Of course, it is old and it was a manual days, agreed. But still, the how the fraudster mind works, that scheme, that thing you will learn from that particular scam is very interesting web series. Even though it is older story, it is still good. Right. Important to note, when you want to invest, when selecting a broker, first check the SEBI registration number of that particular broker. Verify the membership with stock exchanges also, because they have to be not just registered member, he also has to be a member with the stock exchange. Then only he can do trading on your behalf. Then look for the complaints and blacklisting. SEBI always does that. If there are complaints, they always mark it. Okay, there is a pending complaint for this particular broker or the investor, right? Watch out when choosing a broker. First, unrealistic promises. Fixed return, high profits with zero risk, significant warning signs. These are the signs. Again, another thing we have to observe is that capitals. Many times what they do, they give promises in capital letters. If it is in capital, again, be careful, it may be fake. Then lack of transparency. There are many people don't talk about the fees and other things. They will offer you free, and then there will be some ambiguous terms in the agreement, or there are no. So these are the indicators of untrustworthiness. So if I'm looking for the particular broker, I need to understand what he is. They may have their website, which is not genuine, but they are giving a lot of promises on the website, and we get impressed. Oh, he is giving me good return. Should I go for that or not? Avoid going there. If they are asking you high returns and giving ambiguous terms and conditions. The SEBI registration number has to be there so that you can go and verify with the SEBI. If there is no registration number, that is not the broker I wanted. Then they keep on selling you either call or mail and say, try to convince you how it is important to. They will lure you. Okay, just invest with 10 rupees or invest with 100 rupees and see how it return, or how we give you return, etc. Then no physical address or contact information. No, this is a typical for many of genuine organizations also. That many organizations, they don't have their physical address published in their website. That doesn't mean that they are the bad organizations, right? So, for example, these online trading companies like Amazon and Big Basket and other things, they don't have their physical address available, or even your Tata Play or other people who are giving you services, their physical address is not published anywhere, right? But they do give services. So no physical address or contact information may not be the only indicator, but if in case of broker, if you are investor, you need this information, right? Because your services which are coming from those particular broker, but some of them are genuine brokers, but still their website do not have any contact information. So where to be, no physical address or contact information may not be actually a problem. That address or that information you can always get it from the SEBI, because even though on website they may not publish that information is available, because without that they cannot be in a business. Then poor online reviews and ratings. Again, online reviews, how much we have to rely on them, whether they are good or bad. Yes, they can be easily manipulated. Like as I said, it is a online, that is internet. So on internet, you can give a good or bad. 10 people give bad and 100 people give good. So you generally get a good rating. But those 100 people who are rating that particular organization as good, they might be internal people. I don't give a negative, positive on my own. I give negative very happily. But giving positive on my own is not possible. So generally what we do, online reviews and ratings, be cautious. There is no harm in looking at it, but be cautious. Best way is to look at the SEBI set for the complaints and blacklisting the information if any available. Manipulative trading practices, no, it is very difficult to trace it unless you really have a relationship with them. But they try to give you a lot of freebies and offers which are true to be good, etc. So if you'll join us, we also take you for off-site meetings, which will be at so and so place at zero cost, etc. Some kind of offers or the freebies they offer you, which is actually manipulative trading practice, right? And then unregulated products like applications, etc., which are not controlled or monitored. Now, some of these things we may not be able to track it as a common user or common investor. But then, if in doubt, always go back to SEBI and ask them, right? Then cross-check SEBI registration on SEBI's website, verify membership detail with NSE and BSE. They will provide you a lot of this information. Look for customer reviews and ensure broker's website has HTTPS security. Again, as I said, this may not be the, because fake hackers also may have HTTPS website. But at least we can do an basic uh, reviews and check-in, right? Anything abnormal you find, you have to ask or report. Avoid free apps. If any free app which is being offered, ensure it is genuinely free and it doesn't have anything attached. Then only use it or download it. Accessing data from remote place. Now, this we may or may not be doing it, but whatever we are doing, make sure you have got a security. Particularly if you are at airport and you want to check your connection, so you try to connect to open Wi-Fi on the airport. Ensure it is secure, because open Wi-Fi in airport or railway station or hotels, they may not be secure, right? Even though there is a password and you pay some fees to get access, make sure that you are not doing a lot of transactions using that particular network, because we don't know how that network is getting being used or whether it is being compromised at the back end. Do not open any mail from unknown source unless you are sure of it. Again, many times what happens when you open the mail, it might be a text mail, fine. But if the attachment might be risky, so don't click on the link in the mail or don't open the attachment in the mail. if it is from unknown source. As far as possible, avoid opening the mail which is the name appears to be tricky. But sometimes by mistake you may open it. At least don't click on the URL or don't open the attachment. Do not post information about your work on social media, even about your personal details on social media. There had been cases people have posted the photos enjoying holiday with family in Goa, and next day they received a call your house has been broken. The same information people thieves and hackers and attackers use it. So avoid using social media as far as possible. If at all you are using it, don't post a lot of information over there. Never share password. No, that is a very tricky thing. Many people do share password, particularly it is a small organization. Instead of creating multiple users, we share password. But if you trust each other, that is a different story. But if you don't trust, what happens in the password, if you share the password, the accountability of the action cannot be verified. So you have to be very careful about sharing the password. When you're doing transaction, make sure nobody is shoulder surfing you. So when you are using the machine or internet, see, ensure that you are the alone who is looking at it. And always be skeptical. That means ask question. Don't hesitate to ask question. That is the golden rule everywhere, right? So what we have to do? We have to be, scammers are smarter than us, please remember. Even though there are police and there are law enforcement, they are always ahead of you. Something new they will find out to attack you, right? So they use various sophisticated technique to exploit you. They try to build trust. So we have to be very careful. The ideal best way is don't trust. In cyber security today we call it as in zero trust. That means yes, I know you, I trust you, but I have to verify before I trust you. Even though I know you, we are doing relationship, I have got access. Okay, okay, take it. No. You have again verify. Every time you have to verify. Like, so, say for example, when you go into office and there is a access control door, so you have to use your card or pin to access the open the door and get in. Once you get in, again you have to ensure that door is locked. So next person again has to open it. One person is open, so 10 persons are walking in. That is not a good practice, right? Same thing here. We have to remember that verify each time. Every time you walk in, come out and go in, you have to scan it. Same thing applies here also. Social media platforms have become powerful tool for identifying and targeting potential victims. So don't be a victim because of social media, right? Then advancement in AI are significantly boosting the effectiveness of criminal tactics. Today only I was reading a news about somebody was attacked using deep fake. So somebody stolen the face of that person, created a deep fake video and defrauded others. So people believed that the person who is calling me is the same person. Actually, it was a fraudster. So again, video call. I generally avoid taking video calls. Reason is that I'm not sure who is that. But if I know the person, I may accept a video call, but not unknown number. Not known, not I don't know if somebody, I don't know that person. I will not accept video call. Same thing we have to follow it here. Then continuous awareness and due diligence. So, for example, you receive a call that your parcel has been captured, etc. I'm calling from your bank and your account has been debited with certain amount, or your debit card has been compromised. You said thank you very much and call back. Don't talk anything on that phone which you have received. Disconnect and call on the known number of the organization. Is always a good practice to call back instead of responding to the received call, right? Because now you are initiating a call to a known number. Generally, banks and SEBIs and they have got their call centers to call. Or if you know somebody who is working there, you can call them, right? So continuous awareness and due diligence are essential. What is important is read the newspaper to understand how fraudster try to defraud people. Yeah, it is a high level gist of how what technique they have used, not the detailed list. But at least that gives you an insight that okay, some such frauds can happen, and you have to be very careful about it, right? So always remember another golden rule: never trust, always verify, or we call it trust but verify. Okay, I trust you, but you have to verify again, right? Now, this is just what I have to say in quickly. Now, let us have some of your queries so that I will understand whether I have been on the right track or not. Okay, here is some question. How safe it is to give POA? What is that POA? Because I am not aware of what that particular short form. But if you trust that demat broker and if he is verified, okay, you can give necessary information to the broker, right? Many brokers, what they do, if it is an online, they debit your account with, and the account will show a negative balance. Once it shows negative, you just have to pay them maintenance. Not every broker would stop your transactions. The next transaction, they will collect the money from you, right? Okay, power of attorney. Uh, Depends on whom you are giving power of attorney. Because what I do, investment, I have not given a power of attorney to anyone. So verify again whether that is really required. I've given an authorization for crediting the account, not debiting the account. Okay, how you can ensure public Wi-Fi is secure? No, there is no mechanism to ensure unless you know the particular organization. So, for example, if I'm going to a hotel, but ideally, what I do is if I'm staying in a hotel or airport, I use the public Wi-Fi only for information, not doing any transaction. So, nobody can guarantee you whether the public Wi-Fi is really secure or not. Okay, remedies post such act to recover future fraud. Gone through the fraud. So, if you have been already defrauded, you are already learned a lesson. Recovery is not in your hand because police, I don't know what is the recovery rate for current frauds. It is very low because these fraudster transfer money directly online to out of the country, so it is very difficult to recover those money. Once gone, it's gone. Banks may give you back some money if it is insured, but then not sure. Okay, there is information from RBI for the banks that if the fraudster is not at fault and he is defrauded, the bank has to make it good if reported in time, that is within 1 or 2 days, right? Online job scam is popular. Yeah, that's what I said. Online task or online job. These are, but nowadays people know it, but still, No, it is very difficult to say whether somebody is using your mobile screen. See, what happens is that these fraudster, they hack your mobile. So actually what they do is either they clone your SIM or they hack your mobile and have access. So you never know whether it is phone is accessed or not. So, best way is to identify an forensic expert and do the forensic checking for your phone. But provided if you have done any, clicked on any unknown link and then you suspect, you do it because these services are not cheaper, they are a bit costly. They have to scan your mobile completely and clear it and clean it and give it back to you, right? So it is not easy to detect whether somebody is using your mobile or compromised your mobile or not. Okay, is it safe to save password on Google Apps? Not sure. If you're talking about the financial transaction, forget remember password. They won't, don't use that particular feature which is offered by Google and Microsoft. But if it is some guy, for example, Facebook, I ask, allow them to remember my password. But for financial transaction, other things, I don't allow them. So, for example, many organizations nowadays collect your credit card information and offer you that save this as per RBI guidelines so that you can do it faster transaction in future. I don't do that. I always opt out. I say I don't want to save my card information on your website because I'm not controlling that information. So I don't want to share. So generally, I don't share anything, or it is not good to share anything to an unknown place, particularly if it is a financial transactions or other things. Okay. Yes, it is true. So many digital platforms are being used for scan. How one identify, again, it is difficult to identify. You have to be careful and skeptical. So check the URL properly before doing anything. Anybody asking you information, financial information, don't give it. Even though if you are on a fake website or other things, ensure that you are not downloading any link which can compromise your device or you are not giving any additional information. Right. So digital platforms are there. They will keep on coming in. We have to be very careful about it. Not necessary. Malware generally it's your device is compromised if you click on some link or otherwise, or if you put an external USB which is not known to you or which is coming from which source you don't know. In that case, it may happen. Precaution updated uh, malware services, that is the antivirus scans. So keep always on. Anything on access scan has to be always on. Malware can come any place, but it has to be connected. So, for example, botnet. As a malware comes on your system, it doesn't get executed automatically. It has to be clicked through something. Either that file on which malware is attached has to be opened, or if it is an independent program like Worm, you have to click on that. Then it gets attached. Today's malware is generally is you have to click somewhere and then it gets attached. So if you are clicking on something, then it is possible that you may get a malware if it is not known. Yeah, once you click, it is automatically. Okay, depends again, as I said, whether to save password on online. Depends. Some people use password vaults for that. I don't use it personally because I'm more skeptical than them. Sending file photo via Bluetooth transfer. Again, here as I said, I avoid you Bluetooth because Bluetooth also is a insecure Wi-Fi. Even though it is nearby and you can still access it, but Generally try to avoid using Bluetooth or open it only when you are using and again close it. So that feature, keeping Bluetooth always on, is not a good thing. Right. Again, if you are sharing some information using Bluetooth, you should know the receiver and sender both are trusted. Then only it is better to, it is good to share. Otherwise, don't. Yeah, searching is generally safe. There is no issues with searching, but not sure whether you'll get right information. When you search it, many times what happens, they manipulate these search engines. So, for example, if I want to go for Air India and if I give a Google search airindia.com, Google will give me a lot of website. Air India will be down the line somewhere. All other website will flash in first where the Air India is appearing. For example, Make My Trip, TripAdvisor, etc. They will be on the top. So if you are doing a search, yeah, don't uh, click on the first link which is shown on the search. Read through it which link you want and then only open that link. Right. So searching is safe. Only thing, clicking on the link after search might be risky. So ensure that is correct URL and then click on it. Right? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks for taking the time to speak at our webinar. Your insights, expertise, and engaging presentation made a lasting impact on our audience. Thank you again, sir, for sharing your time and knowledge with us. Wishing you a wonderful day ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, and also thank you to participants as well for joining us today. Your presence and engagement made the session truly meaningful and impactful. Thank you all for being part of it. Thank you.